Hey there, fashion friends. Welcome to May's Thirsty Thursday Q&A. Yay! So if you are new here, if you're new to these Q&As, basically on these episodes, I ask for your guys' questions just on fashion, style, my background, any sort of tips you're looking for, or any other little tidbits you're wondering about. Then I answer them for you, all while having a drink together, whether it's an alcoholic beverage or not. Maybe it's a cocktail, a mocktail, a tea, coffee, whatever it may be. But just as long as you're sitting down, having a drink with me, and just having a nice little social experience. As well as that, on these episodes, I like to give updates and, give announcements that's happening with myself and with the channel. But first, let's talk about what I am drinking today. All right. My sister actually sent me a case of Scout and Cellar's wine when I hit 10,000 subscribers. Woo! And this one is their Fieldhouse 301, and it's a Pinot Noir. What got me excited about them is that they're clean crafted, basically meaning that they are free of pesticides and added chemicals, which is fantastic. So let's try her out. Let's try out this Pinot Noir. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's good stuff. I'm not good at I don't know how to describe. I love wine, and I have done a lot of wine tastings in my day, so you'd think I would be better at describing the taste of wines, but I mean, I know like oaky. Anyways, it's really good and really tasty, and I'm really enjoying it. So anyways, if you want to try it out, I will link my sister's link down below, and if you want to try it out, if you go through that link, it actually will help her out. So support my sister by going through those links. As well as that, I want to give her a little extra shout out because she has just started a YouTube channel that focuses on wine. She knows a little more about wine. She can better describe a lot of these wines than I can. But as well as that, she is like the master hostess, the master at home decor, at like making a space feel super cozy, whether it's like in her home or when people come over. She is just magical. So yeah, she's finally created a YouTube channel that is sharing her gifts. And so I will link her channel down below, and that would be awesome if you went and checked her out and, subscribe if that seems like something you'd be interested in. All right, which brings us into announcements. All right, so big news. We actually just sold our house here in Portland, Oregon. Yep. So just this last weekend, yeah, we put it up for sale last Thursday, and just boom. Housing market here in Portland is absolutely bananas. So at the end of this month, we will actually be moving back to Minnesota. We decided that, just in this last year or so, it just really put things in focus for us, and has made us realize that we really want to be near family. Don't really want to waste any more time with not being near family. Both of us have been away from our families for a really long time. I've actually mind-blowingly been away from my family, away from Minnesota, for almost half my life. So I moved out to Southern California when I was 18 years old, lived in Southern California for 14 years, moving up to Portland, and I've lived here for 3.5 years. It's really exciting for us because we'll be able to see the England family, my husband's family in England, a lot more as well, because we don't have to split our time traveling between the two places. I'll definitely keep you posted and updated along the way. That is the only announcement I had. It was a good announcement. It was a good update, right? Big news. But I do just want to give a quick little shout out to my fellow mamas out there, caregivers or dads that are performing two roles, or aunties that are the secondary mother figure. Especially you single moms out there, you are all my heroes. Cheers to you, and have a great day celebrating all those blood, sweat, and tears that goes into being a mom, as well as all of the smiles, giggles, laughs, just absolute elatedness as well. Cheers to that. This month with the increased amount of subscribers, which is super exciting, yay! So happy to have you all here with me, but this definitely means that we have more questions that I have to choose to answer. So I'm going to try to answer as many questions as possible that you guys sent to me. I'll try to keep it more concise. I won't get as wordy, you know me. I like to just blah, blah, blah. With that, let's get into this, right? All right. Okay, so first question comes from Bonnie. Bonnie asks, I have challenges dressing my body type. I'm very curvy, big butt, my belly sticks out. Some plus size tips would be great. It's 10 times harder to not look schlumpy. When it comes to having a curvy body, if you're not wanting to feel schlumpy, if you're not wanting to feel frumpy, then I always say just go tight, girl. Show off those beautiful curves. If you are self-conscious of your belly, one of the things you could try to find is some really good stretch denim that has like good compression. I've shared a few on my episodes. One of the ones that I think is really, really good for good compression, for kind of smoothing out those bumps, is Everlane's Authentic Stretch. Just has really good kind of resistance in there. So that might be a route to go. High-waisted with those. They have curvy fits as well, specifically curvy fits for the Authentic Stretch. That's gonna help compress the belly that you're sort of self-conscious of. Also still showing off those curves, because I think the curves are beautiful and you gotta show those curves off. Then wear like a t-shirt that's maybe a little bit more drapey, a little bit more gauzy, that's gonna cling in all the right places. Do maybe just a little effortless half tuck into the jeans to just show that waistline. Also really great leggings out there now that have really good compression, and people are getting all on board with wearing leggings again as pants, maybe with like an oversized button-up shirt with a belt around the waist. Okay, so Kirsten asks, read any good books lately? I always like this question because it's fun to share what you're reading. So the most recent book that I'm still reading it, so I shouldn't say it's the most recent book that I read because I'm still reading it, is Wired to Create. And it is absolutely brilliant. It basically just kind of goes into the mysteries or like the way that the creative mind works and kind of like the tendencies of creative people. It's just super, super, super interesting. So I've been really enjoying that. Okay, so Caitlin asks, I'd love to hear about how you translate your personal style into home decor. I know it's not your primary focus, but curious how your fashion sense influences your home aesthetic. Thanks. Oh, that's a fun question. I like that, yeah. So definitely, I would say my style aesthetic definitely reads into my home decor. For sure. I don't know if it always has, but definitely when I became a minimalist or started taking that minimalist approach to my whole lifestyle, I feel like it kind of all started to tie together. So like my style aesthetic being kind of minimal, classic with a bit of edge, I'd say that's very similar to my home decor. So home decor is very minimal as well. Minimal in the sense that there's just not a lot of clutter. Everything's very, very, very intentional. It kind of has a purpose. And then as well as that, the color palette's extremely clean and minimal. Black, white, and gray. You know, what can I say? What I like. Like if you were going specific like style of decor or aesthetic, we're probably in the like mid-century modern Scandinavian type vibe, kind of a mixture of those two, I would say. Kind of a cliche minimalist, I feel like. Lots of plants. Also what's similar is the way that I style my outfits and the way that I style my home is I like to have like bits of contrast of textures or kind of contrasts of styles, just, you know, adding little bits of edge, not going too far one way, just kind of bringing things in to add that balance and that, you know, balance of contrast with contrast. But I also love going monochrome. So like a kitchen that's completely black or completely white, something like that. One of the things I've been trying to convince my husband on is having a master bedroom that is completely black, or not completely black, but having like a black wall with black lamps, black side tables, black headboard, and then like charcoal gray bedding. What can I say? I love me some monochrome and I love some black. So why not, right? So when we move to Minnesota, we'll actually be, you know, finding a new house, and the idea is to renovate something to make sure it's exactly what we want. With this house, we never quite, you know, took those steps to really invest in renovating it, which I'm kind of happy that we didn't, obviously. With the next house, yeah, we definitely want to invest in that interior design, the interior decor. So that'll be kind of fun, because I feel like I can kind of take you guys on that journey with me, if it's something that you guys are interested in seeing. So, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay. I feel like I'm not being very concise. I gotta get it together here. Gotta rein it in. So Victoria asks, I would like to know how to keep your wardrobe year round. So it'd be great if you could talk about that, or make a video for a year round minimal wardrobe. Again, this is one that I really would like to make a video on, because there's just so much that I could talk about with this. Quick little tidbits for having a year-round wardrobe is choosing your fabrics correctly. So 100% cotton is such a great fabric to have, because it can be layered on top of each other, and in the wintertime, in the colder months. But then in the springtime, you can lose some of those layers. In the summertime, you really lose some layers, maybe just have one layer. As well as that, when you're choosing your pieces, think about your layers. So don't buy too much of one specific thing. Don't buy too many, you know, t-shirts, or don't buy too much of the same sort of top or blouse. Don't buy too much of the same sort of sweater. Really think about all your different layers. So, you know, if you're having a really minimal amount, maybe it's like you have 3 go-to t-shirts with 3 button-up shirts, 3 sweaters, 1 being a crew neck, 1 being a v-neck, 1 being a cardigan, get 1 blazer in there, 1 like denim jacket, whatever it is that's like your style aesthetic. Make sure you have kind of 1 of each before you buy doubles or anything like that, because the idea is that if you have kind of all these different purposes, all these different pieces that serve different functions, you'll be able to have those layers create different looks a lot easier than if you're always kind of focused on your favorite type pieces. Like, I love t-shirts. I absolutely love t-shirts, but I can't only focus on t-shirts, because then that's all I could wear is t-shirts. Okay, so Jennifer asks, you've been hypothetically invited to the 2021 Met Gala theme, In America, a Lexicon of Fashion. What are you wearing on the red carpet? Who, girl, only in my dreams. My goodness. Someday. This is such a good question. I don't even know. Okay, so I have to just go with the first thing that pops into my mind. To me, when I think of like America, I always think back to like the Native Americans, and I'm absolutely obsessed with like Native American patterns or prints, you know, sort of the geometric type prints and patterns. So I think I would absolutely love to have a dress that's made out of that that print, maybe on like wool. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm sure some designer could make it into an absolutely amazing corset of a dress, into like a trumpet dress, into that kind of mermaid style, which is what my wedding dress style was. And I just love that style. I think because I am a rectangular shape, I love that silhouette, because it kind of adds the curves that I've always wanted. Or the opposite, and do that same sort of print or material and do like a really just amazing sort of puffy skirted dress that's just amazing and absolutely extravagant. You know, one that like is like this massive just bell of a skirt with this massive trail. I'm going dramatic. Like, if I'm going to the Met Gala, best believe this girl will not be minimalist. She will be going for it. So, all right, next question comes from Happy Baby. They ask, do you have any tips for building a minimal wardrobe when your weight fluctuates? Having a minimal wardrobe with somebody that has weight that fluctuates, I'd say always finding things that have a little bit of forgiveness. So whether that's stretch denim always seems to have that forgiveness, so you can, you know, kind of go in between sizes and be okay, because it's gonna have that little bit of give. As well as that, choosing pieces that are a little bit more oversized and drapey. And then as well as that, t-shirts are fantastic because again, they just have so much forgiveness in them and can be styled in different multiple ways. So Paula asks, what are your absolute wardrobe fashion no's and why? So I guess if we're speaking to myself, my fashion no's for me personally, I will never wear more than 3 different colors without tying them together somehow. So just meaning like if I'm wearing like a red shirt, which is rare, with like a black blazer and blue jeans, the shoes must be blue, black, or red. Like they can't be another color. Like it has to be tied in at that point. So that is definitely one of my no's. I guess another no would be wearing, like, I don't like to wear earrings with, wearing earrings with a necklace. I see people do it all the time and I think it looks great on them. Like it looks fantastic, but whenever I wear earrings with a necklace, it just feels weird. It feels weird to me. It doesn't feel right. So that's another no. I would say the socks with sandals thing, but that I've like fully embraced the last few months. I'm obsessed with socks and sandals. Not gonna lie. That's all I've got for you right now. I can't think of it. Can't think of any more. But Kate asks, any ideas on how to adapt a personal style after moving? I recently moved from a year-round cool climate to a warmer, more seasonal one, and I am having trouble changing my style, wardrobe to suit the new environment. I totally get that. I'd say, yeah, you kind of have to rediscover your style, I think. Trying things on and getting to know pieces again. If you're going from cool weather to warm weather, yeah, you're eliminating those layers and it's kind of a little bit more daunting because it's a completely different silhouette. It's a more vulnerable silhouette. I'll link my How to Find Your Personal Style down below because it will kind of help give you those steps in kind of reassessing your personal style. But I would say, yeah, you just have to maybe do a try-on session, start to get comfortable with the different silhouettes, but your style's still there. It just means that it's gonna have to maybe be a little bit more stripped back. Maybe you just have to get to know that stripped back version a little bit better and get it just a little bit more comfortable. I think it just will take some time. Okay, so Kylie asks, what's the one place you would like to travel to once international travel is back? She says, what's one thing you collect that doesn't bring you stress or noise? Okay, so that's 2 questions. All right, so the first question, where do I want to travel to once? Well, first off, moving to Minnesota, super excited about that. But the first place that I will be visiting is, of course, England, to visit my England family, my husband's family, because yes, I'm missing them like crazy. And probably while we're over there, we always do, you know, a little trip and a trip. So I'm sure I'd love to go to, is there like a shadow on my face? Okay. So I think the first place I would want to go to is Copenhagen. That's definitely like number 1 on my list right now, but there's so many places I want to go, like Vienna, Paris. And do I collect anything that doesn't bring me stress? I don't collect that many things anymore. Plants. We really like plants. I'm not really good at keeping plants alive, but my husband is, so that's good. But I like the plants. I like to find the plants and buy the plants and look at the plants. I love plants. I'm actually super sad because I think we're gonna have to get rid of a lot of our plants when we move. And I don't know if I have anything else that I collect. I mean, obviously clothes. Candles. I love candles. Yeah, but I don't know if that's like a collectible, but I do love candles. All right, Brittany asks, what advice can you give some of us struggling with shopping addiction? Asking for a friend. Love that. Okay, girl. I've been there for sure. I still struggle to this day with like that pull, you know, that pull that shopping has. Ugh. I think the biggest advice that I can give, and this is what really helped me when I decided to kind of take on the minimalist approach, was just separating myself. That was really what I had to do in the beginning, kind of like almost in a way like quitting cold turkey, separating myself from any sort of temptation, just not going into stores, not browsing on the internet. And then also I even went as far as like I deleted any like retail brands. I just deleted them all from my Instagram just so I didn't have any of that temptation. And to be honest, it was really hard at first to kind of make that decision, but it was actually, once I did it, it was super freeing and very decompressing, if that makes sense. So that was definitely something that was super, super helpful. Goodness. I haven't had that much to drink. That was definitely helpful for me, but I know a lot of people like hear that and it's like, but I think if you really truly are like struggling with that addiction, that's pretty much the only thing you can do to get started. And then obviously as time goes on and your perspective and things change, it'll become easier to resubmerge yourself into those situations. Like obviously now, I have this channel, so I am constantly looking at other brands, constantly on Instagram, constantly browsing, these websites because I'm just doing research on different product. Now I feel like because I've gone through that process, that sort of healing process, I guess, I have a completely different perspective, and I think I just have a different way of looking at things. And so it was definitely helpful for me to go that extreme. So I don't know, hopefully that helps. Okay, so Natalie asks, I hope that's how you pronounce your name. It's either Nathalie or Natalie. So I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. So she asks, did you always have an edgy style? What was your style as a teenager? She says, pics, please. Yeah, it's funny because like thinking back, I do think I've always had an edgy style. Like I even think about as like a little girl, I always felt best with like a little bit of edge or like a little bit of contrast. Definitely like in middle school and especially in high school, I always had that little bit of edge. I feel like just that girl that was always experimenting with different styles. I went through this phase where I would wear fishnet stocking stuff underneath my t-shirts. I'd draw on my pants, draw on my jeans, wearing like tailored wide leg pants with platform heels to high school. I won't put any pics on this one, but I do actually have a video where I share my style journey, and I share a lot of pictures from me as a girl growing up. So I'll link that down below so you can check that out. As well as that, I mentioned my sister having a YouTube channel. She just recently put up a video, and she sort of features me in it, speaking to kind of my background with this channel and with fashion. And so I think she shares some fun little childhood photos of me as well in there. So you can check. I'll link that down below too, so you can check that out. Yeah, but fun question. Yeah, love that. I normally don't like to add photos or anything in these type of videos because I just want to keep the conversation flowing. Okay, so Melanie S asks, I'd like to know how old your kids are and how long you spend getting ready. I have a 5-year-old to get to school and a 16-month-old who I'm still nursing. So some tricks to look a bit more put together would be great. Perfect question for Mother's Day, for sure. I have a 4.5-year-old son. Being a mom, as well as doing this full time, and always have had a sort of job, a freelance job, since I've had my son. Yeah, things are busy. I have shown videos before on my 5-minute makeup routine, so that is definitely a go-to for me as well on those days where it's just like a crazy town. Before COVID, there was definitely those mornings where I was like rushing to try to get my son ready and myself ready to get him to his, first activities or whatever. So that would be where I would use my 5-minute makeup routine. So I'll link, I think I've done 2, so I'll link those down below because they're legit. They take me around 5-ish minutes to do. If you're still nursing, one of the biggest things I would say was like a lifesaver for me when I was nursing my son was button-up shirts. Button-up shirts are fantastic because they look chic, they look, elevated style-wise, but they're super easy to button down, and, get a little sneaky snack in there. And then yeah, if you have a button-up shirt and then some really, you know, nice tight-fitting jeans that you just feel really, really good in, then you can just do like a cool, you know, effortless half tuck with the shirt, with those shirts. Maybe throw on like a oversized blazer that's just super comfy and slouchy, or maybe it's just a really good go-to cardigan. And then if you want to go a little bit further, maybe throw on a little belt that ties in with your go-to shoes. I think for me, I basically lived in Chelsea boots for the first 2 years of my son's life because they're just so easy to slip on because you don't need to tie anything. You just, you know, can pop your foot right in. And then as well as that, they have that effortless, edgy, cool vibe, and they go with everything. I have done a video in the past on this, but it was a while ago now. So I'll link that video down below, and I am planning to do a mom life styling video as well. Hopefully these can kind of tide you over until then. All right, my beautiful fashion friends, that is it for today. You know, head down to those links down below and show my sister some love over on her YouTube channel, or if you want to try some fantastic, great tasting wine, click her link and support her in her business. This girl's gonna be living with her for a while, so gotta keep her in that good life. You know what I'm saying? I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you thought of any questions while watching today's episode, definitely comment below and I can add them to my list for next month. Otherwise, I will always send out my reminder a week ahead of time on my community page on my YouTube channel. I hope that you have taken this time for yourself to just sit down, decompress, have a drink, just let the worries of the world melt away for a bit and watch my weird, awkward tendencies. Yeah, you know what to do. Give me that thumbs up, comment below, share with your friends, and subscribe for future weekly episodes. All right, you guys, stay healthy, stay safe, love, and support each other, and we will definitely be chatting soon. Cheers.